What is a set? How do we define a set? Informally, a set can just be defined as a collection of objects. These objects, which make up the collection or the set, can be of any kind. For example, we could define a set of all the Harry Potter novels and give the set a name. For example, we could call the set as HP. We could define another set called AC, which would be a set of all the Agatha Christie novels. You could define a set of all the movies having your favorite actor or actress. Or you could define a set of all the albums by your favorite singer. You could also define a set of all the students in your class, or a set of all the teachers in your school. You could define a set of all the rivers in India and give it a name like rivers. Or you could define a set of all cities in India, or a set of all the national parks in India. You could define a set of all the letters in the English alphabet and give it a name, say letters. So this would be a set having 26 objects. Each object would be a letter from A to Z. You could define a set of all the vowels in the English alphabet. So these would just be the 5 vowels A, E, I, O and U. So these are several examples of sets where the objects are not exactly mathematical objects. But you can also define sets on objects, or you can also define collections of objects which are mathematical in nature. For example, you could define a set of all the positive odd numbers that are less than 10. So these would be the 5 odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9 that are positive but also have a value less than 10. You could define a set of all possible triangles. So here the objects making up the set are not numbers but are triangles. And there are literally an infinite number of possible triangles. So this would be a set having an infinite number of objects. The set of all positive odd numbers less than 10 would be a finite set. It just has 5 objects in it. You could define a set of all prime factors of 210. So 210 can be written as the product of 2, 3, 5 and 7 when you factorize it. And these are all prime factors of 210. So this set of all prime factors of 210 would have the 4 numbers 2, 3, 5 and 7. You could define a set of roots of the equation x squared minus 5x plus 6 is 0. So you can solve this quadratic equation by splitting 5x into 2x and 3x. Then you can take x common and 3 common. So the quadratic equation can be written as x minus 3 times x minus 2 is equal to 0. And the two roots of this quadratic equation are 2 and 3. So x is either 3 or 2. So the roots of the equation x squared minus 5x plus 6 equal to 0 are 2 and 3. And so if you form a set of those roots, it would have the two numbers 2 and 3. So these are all examples of sets where the objects making up the set are mathematical objects in nature. They are either numbers or geometrical entities like triangles, circles and so on.